All right, guys, welcome to this video of an AMA. This is an Ask Me Anything that I did with prospects who were potentially interested in becoming clients. You can see here that these are questions that I would say a lot of clients have. And so, if you're interested in becoming a higher paid data professional, you probably have a lot of these questions in the back of your mind as well. And if you're interested in attending one of these sessions, you'll see a link somewhere in the description where you can put in your information and we will email you links as to how you can attend these Ask Me Anything sessions. So I hope you enjoyed the video and cheers.
Good to see everyone. So again, for someone that just joined, here are the 6 questions in the chat. Saturdays are usually light, so I like them because it will be a small group. So let's get the party started. Okay, perfect. Ed came prepared. Appreciate that. Let's jump into it while Nomesh writes his and then other people. Is that Ed?
All right, I am. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
So sorry
Perfect.
for the technical delay.
You're all good. You're all good. All right, let's see. Principal DE. Cool. Making 160.
Not very impressive for a principal, but it was a mid-sized insurance company, just regional, not national.
I was about to say I didn't want to say it because I don't want to be rude, but that's the bigger one. Is 250 really realistic for me? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you have 15 to 25 years experience, somewhere in that bucket.
That's right. I'm around 18 years.
I like it
It is.
when somebody comes in self-aware. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is gonna be easier. Cool, cool, cool. Lead, he wants to be a lead data engineer. Perfect. Wants to make 250. Totally makes sense. Job market weakness, skill experience gap, imposter syndrome.
Yep.
15 years.
So you were right in the right area. Yep.
Good. What have you looked at Levels.fyi?
Look at what?
Levels.fyi.
Hmm.
Do you know what that
No,
website is?
I do not.
Okay, this is going to be the best value I can give you then. So give me a second. So there is a website in the big tech industry and in general in the tech industry, but it really got started in the big tech. The way that this website works here is you can see engineers
Yeah.
go in and put in their most recent compensation. The reason they do that is because then they get access to everybody else's data points,
So
right?
it's
So
like a
it's
glass door, but focused to the tech sector, so to
but it's
speak.
way better because Glassdoor isn't actually engineers that put in their comp, and it's not verified, and they don't have sections to put in stock, signing bonus, etc. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's
Okay.
say I go to Amazon, I click on SD, right? You can actually see the data points, but so for example, you can see someone
Oh, yeah.
literally 21 hours ago said, "Hey, I have 4 years experience making 196." Someone literally a day ago in California, where are you located?
I am in the Bay Area. Both
Oh,
I'm in the East. I'm in the East Bay. So
oh
well,
man.
don't start thinking Silicon Valley because I'm a good
Still, still,
hour and a half to 2 hour commute from. I mean, just being the
still.
East Bay. I know. I'm
And
leaving a lot on the table, bro. Yeah.
I know. So good. I'm good you're aware, but the thing is like I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to like go here and like do your own research
Yeah.
or go to
Yeah.
some place called Blind, which is like the Reddit for tech. But anyway, my whole point is like you can see that these are literally up to date when people say like there's an issue on the market. We don't see it, not for our clients, right? We're applying to literally 100 jobs a week for them. But anyway, you can go here and then click on salaries, for example. And let's just stick with software engineer, but data engineers probably
Yeah.
make 5-10% less, right? So
Yeah.
just be aware
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that.
That's about right.
So L6 in a big tech lingo, right, is somebody with 7 to 11 years experience. So let's just say you're still underperforming and you haven't made it to L7 after 18
Sure.
years, right? L6, the average is 400 grand.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well,
And
let
and,
me.
and here, but here's the
Yeah.
thing. Do you
Yeah.
have equity? Do you have stock?
I've worked for a couple startups and I had some, but not at the
Okay,
current
but those
place.
are
No.
options, right?
Yeah, those are
Okay,
options.
I need to tell you the most important thing that's going to be sticking with you. Do you see this blue bar right here? The
Is
blue
that
bar
total
gets
comp?
bigger
Oh, that's
as
stock.
top goes
Okay.
on. Exactly.
All right.
But here's the magic. Everybody focuses on base. They're like, I want a 250 base. I want a 350 base. It doesn't matter because as soon as you
Right.
get the stock, you can sell it. Because unless Amazon
Yeah.
stock goes to zero, which if you look at the stock market, it just goes up,
Right.
it actually goes up. So the reason this is so important is because I don't know if you've seen my content or something, but like I have a friend at Nvidia making 1 million a year because he joined right around here, and then the stock just grew like crazy. So what I'm saying is like, let's say you do get a role for 250, which is your goal. If half of it is in stock, which it will be because you'll be more senior, that 125 can grow, right? And when it
Not only
grows,
that, but if you defer it for, if you don't sell it for a year, then
if you don't
you're
sell
talking
it for
about
4 years,
10%. Plus, you're not taking 7.5, 7.65 out for, you know the finance part of it. Yeah. It's compensation you get to keep more of, and it sits
exactly.
there and grows for you.
It's an asset. Cash isn't
Yeah.
an asset.
Right.
Equity is. But
Right.
like
Right.
my whole point is like you can start at 250 or 300. By the time you actually get the stock and can sell it, it might feel like 350 and 400. So to answer your question, like, you might be able to go to 450 straight. But even if you don't, I'm pretty confident if you get yourself in the right vehicle. Right now, you're like on a bike. We need to get you on a
Yeah.
plane
Yeah.
and then take off.
And here's the thing. Here's where the imposter syndrome comes in, Chris. The
Yeah,
thing is, so sure. I mean, I've done ETL, I've done data flow, whatever, right? And I've done it up to this mid-sized company, right? I'm
sure,
highly intelligent. Got an appointment to the Air Force
sure.
Academy. I was a National Merit Scholar. So I'm
Nice.
not a stupid person, right?
I
But
don't think you are. Yeah.
but I've never worked I've done the dig where I'm over at a company doing PySpark and there's massively scaled things. So I don't have that. I don't have that in my resume where I can say, yeah, I've done, 3 billion
Right.
records a day or whatever. So that's where the imposter syndrome comes in. I mean, I'm not
Sure.
saying that I don't think I can't figure crap out once I'm sitting in a seat. But as you know, sitting in the seat requires convincing someone that,
Right. Well,
that you can do it.
I'll tell you the scientific way because I hear in like, give you the Tony Robbins mindset speech and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I get it. We're analytical
Yeah.
folks,
Yeah.
we're engineers. So let me give you the science way. What's the scientifically proven way to get rid of imposter syndrome? Do you know?
Just do the job, do the work.
Even
Prove
before
it to
that,
yourself. Oh,
practice.
practice. Correct. Yeah.
Right. So like the reason people get nervous when they do a presentation or on stage is because they might have gone over their slides like twice. But the people who are the best on stage, you hear this repeatedly. They're like, dude, I went over this 2,000 times. Like people
You can
can't
hear it in their
fathom.
voice.
Yeah, they can't fathom. Like I've had this conversation with this audience, by the way, for the last 3 years, every single day, like
Okay.
1,000 times. So
Mhm.
like I have zero doubt that you can get where you want to go because we've already talked to 200,000 people. We
Yeah.
haven't helped 200,000 people because not everybody takes the step because of own insecurities and imposter syndrome. But I've talked to 200,000 people already. Like I haven't seen a situation that you can't imagine. So
Okay.
the reason I say that is because once you do enter the program, because this is why you're here, what are you going to do? You're going to practice. You're
Yeah.
going to practice the technical stuff. You're going to do
We're gonna
mocking.
I'm gonna have that experience. Be able to speak confidently. I'm gonna have the experience on the resume, but I'm gonna be able to
But you're going
speak
to have to
confidently.
practice to be
Yeah.
able to speak
Exactly.
confidently in an interview. And by the
Yeah.
way, once you get the job, it's easy. It's easy. Like you have 3 months to ramp up at the job, you will figure out anything you don't know. And it's only 20% of stuff you don't know. 80% you'll be like, I get it. 20% you'll be smart enough to figure it out.
Right.
This is a no-brainer for you. And I don't use the term no-brainer, but this is one where I'm like, holy fuck, if you lead data engineer a skill set already, like easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Who did you talk to somebody already? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, crap. And of course I should know. Let me look at my calendar. I'm feeling a little retarded right now here.
Is it
Calendar.
Mahmood, Brett,
No, no, no.
Kevin,
Younger fellow. Uh,
Taz?
Nick. Sorry. God, it took me
Perfect.
forever. Okay.
You're good. You're good. Okay. Reach out to Nick.
We spent almost 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours on the phone, but just
He's great,
really,
man.
he's great.
He's great. He's helped a lot of people similar to your situation, so it makes sense that you got paired up with him, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, he immediately had some sort of analog in mind.
He
Well,
immediately saw your profile. He's like, this guy's
yeah, he was
perfect.
like, hey, I've got a guy I know you need to talk to that we just placed because he basically came from the same sort of situation that you
Yeah.
are, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and let me give you one last data point.
Sure.
That the Bay Area is littered with it's an embarrassment of riches, opportunity at every corner. So no, I bought a used laser printer the other day, whatever, a month ago, and ran into a guy and he's like, "Hey, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm a data engineer or whatever. What do you do?" "Oh, I'm in the medical industry." "Well, actually, medical devices, but I'm in a startup right now for healthcare cost transparency." And I'm like, "Oh, I did healthcare cost transparency like 15 years ago. I did blah, 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 blah. And this is what I did for him." He said, his eyes are growing big and he's like, I think you need to talk to our CTO. I think we need you. So I was on a call. The CTO called me about a week later and he is like, well, we just closed Series A and I'm looking to put a lead on the team. And basically the long and the short of it was he heard the confidence in my voice.
Yes.
He knew that I was intelligent and had the
Yes.
soft skills. Um, but then he was like, "Oh God, but this is a lead position. I need somebody with our whole basis is PySpark here." And I'm like, "That's the
Hmm.
number one skill on my list to acquire right now." And he said,
Yeah.
"I know." He said, I gotta get a lead in." But he said,
Yes.
"If you're still looking in a month, please come back, talk to me because we'll
Got
be
it.
building out a team." So that kind of thing both built me up and crushed me at the same time. There was
Yes.
confidence in the sense of it was like, "Hey, I can see
Yes.
you've got it. You've got it." But at the same time, it was like, "But you don't got it. You don't
So
got that."
here's my
Yeah,
question for you.
sure.
Is you telling me that story? Is it you asking me if you should do a startup, or is it you telling me basically your PySpark insecurity
Yeah,
piece?
I'm
Okay.
basically saying this is where this has been kind of being
So
reinforced in the
let
imposter
me tell you the
syndrome.
little secret about startups.
Sure.
Startups are so concentrated in something that it's an
Yes.
anomaly.
They cannot spend
Yes.
outside of the, yeah, I get you. I
Meaning
get you.
meaning like they can't they don't have the resources or the time
Right.
to make a switch from PySpark to something else, for example. Like
Exactly.
by the time they make that switch, the
Or wait
company's
for
dead.
somebody to come up. They're like, well, we only
Exactly.
get three positions and I need that lead to be absolutely solid. And then the other two could be something else, but I need that one position filled because I don't have the luxury of just spreading money all over the place. Yeah, exactly.
But like I worked just to give you a reference, I worked at four different teams at Amazon. We used three different languages. So
Wow. Holy
I
cow.
worked on Scala, PySpark, etc. Like
Yeah.
when you work at a big company, like the levels
Yeah.
that
You're just
FI
going to
Takeover showed,
flex
it
to it.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a chance you'll learn PySpark with us. There's a chance
Sure.
you don't have to even learn it.
Even
You
need to
won't
it. Right.
have to face it on the
Exactly.
interview, and you won't even ever
Yeah.
face it on your job.
Right.
So you have to like reframe yourself to not let your confidence get booted. And to be honest, based on what I'm seeing, man, like you'll probably get underpaid at the startup. So you also have to decide like what's your goal, right? Like they'll
Right.
probably pay you 150 because they know they can, right?
Right.
They're
Right.
coming to
Right.
you,
Right.
you're not coming to them, right?
Right. Right.
And then they'll give you options, which could also go to zero. So if you've been underpaid for this long, I would say go for the money. I would say go to 250, 300, whatever, and then you can always think
In
about a
total
startup after.
compensation. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Signing bonus, big piece, by the way. Like my signing bonus at Lyft was like 40 grand,
It's a nice
like a
start.
one-time payment, and it's like cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so,
All right.
I don't
All
know.
right.
I think you're underpaid enough where it's like just shoot for the moon, and then we can do something 2 years down the line or something. Make sense?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Ed.
Let's see. So there, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I appreciate the perspective.
Cool, cool. Well, feel free to stay. Let me go over to Nimesh
Mhm.
real quick, see how I can
Yeah.
help Nimesh, and then
Yeah.
we'll get the party rolling. Nimesh, what's going on, man? Hey, real quick. If you are looking to land a higher paying data role, then there will be a link in the description or in the comment section for you to fill out a form and then book a call with my team who has already helped over 2,000 people get a higher paying data role. And we hope that you are the next person that we help. And so all you have to do is click on the link below. And if you don't want to help, no worries at all. Keep watching the video, keep enjoying it. And yeah, let's go back to the video now. Cheers.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I heard what you recommend for ad, but I'm a little bit different at this point from the background perspective. I was data architect one time, like some 2010, 2011 timeframe. From data analytics standpoint, then I moved on to project and program management. So I'm a program manager, currently Caterpillar, pretty much 15 years in this space after I moved from technical.
Okay.
And I was told that he could help pumping the compensation what I have currently double up. So that's why I'm here.
What do you currently make?
My base 160.
Equity?
Nothing.
And anything else? Performance bonus, signing bonus,
Yeah,
relocation
bonus.
bonus?
I thought you said you were a different situation from me. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
I'm not a data engineer like you guys. I'm a program manager. But yeah, I mean, I don't need to. If I don't have to, I don't want to go back to technical because I enjoy what I'm doing. You know, I'm driving whole ERP transformations, business transformation. But yeah, I mean, that is 18% bonus that typically we get pretty much every year. But that's still around 200, right? So I need to have developed that compensation. I mean, I am at the level where I can go to that leadership level, director level role I'm looking for, not a,
Right.
I'm senior program manager roles I have been doing. So it's time to step up.
Do you know, a few questions come to mind. One, how long have you been in your current company?
3 years.
Okay. What about the year before that or before that?
So before that, I was consulting. I was with consulting company actually. That was couple years.
Okay.
And prior to that, I was a senior project manager at United Airlines
Got
in
it.
Chicago. That's again couple years. And then prior to that, I was Honeywell employee for 6 years.
Nice.
And
Nice. Are you still in Chicago?
yes, I'm in Chicago.
You're in Chicago. Okay, cool. So compensation could be a little less than California, but still good. Still a big city, but definitely not the same as California. How do you know cloud? I know you know ERP. Do you know cloud-based
I am,
AWS?
yeah, I'm AWS certified professional. Um, but yeah, I'm not technically working on AWS,
Got it.
creating the servers and CPUs and memories and whatnot. As part of my program management and project management, I have SMEs who work on those. But I
And you
have
know
not.
what a TPM is? Technical Program Manager.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you started applying to jobs?
Not really. That's question. What's her name? She asked me to. I said I am ready to move on this year. That's what my resolution is. And when I was in Instagram, right, I was scrolling through and I saw this one and I said, well, let me see what they have got before. I mean, I didn't start really crazily, even not a single job I applied so far, but you never know. If I sit down like afternoon today and then I can start looking and start throwing out something. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't start, but I'm ready to start anytime I can just
How long have you been thinking about leaving?
leaving in the sense leaving this role.
Like, hey, I'm ready to leave. Hey, I should go somewhere else. Hey, I'm
Well,
underpaid. Hey, I gotta get paid more. Like, when did those thoughts start creeping in?
actually, I thought about that when I was at Honeywell. Right, that's
Oh,
totally.
that's like 6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. But then happened is like
I'm gonna use Ed's line here. It's like I left a lot of money on the table, bro.
for 6 years, I agree.
Yeah.
Um, and compensation I'm getting is not bad, but the thing is now I would like to be in that leadership position. So
I have a question for you because the subconscious mind, I'm very much into psychology, right? Like the subconscious mind is very interesting where it's like, okay, Nimesh is saying he needs to leave. He needs to go. He's been unhappy since Honeywell, right? And I'm like, why haven't you applied though? Like, because those are your thoughts and your words, but these are your actions. So what's stopping you from just scaling your applications?
in fact, switching from EXL to Caterpillar, at that time I had what's company called Ferrara or some candy company or something like that in Chicago. So that's where I was interviewed as a director for data analytics.
So you already made a big salary jump, is what you're saying.
No, no, no. I was interviewed as there, but I think the process were there long, and then Cat was going much faster in
Got
the
it.
interview process. And when I started interviewing, I have so many line of interviews coming up.
Yeah.
So with the skill I have, our technical skill and then project program management skill, and once it gets going, Cat was going too fast, and I say, hey, we have this offer for you, and I mean, you know how HR is, right? So they sell you all whole world and then give you nothing. That's kind of what it is. So, I mean, I halfway I had to stop interviewing there, and then I just
Yeah.
told Cat, and I thought that is good
Were,
exposure. Even Cat has a lot of exposure. We have Cat Digital growing a lot.
are you on a visa or were you on a visa at any
No,
point in the last 10 years?
no, no, no. I am
Okay, so that
citizen of
wasn't a factor in your
life.
decision. It wasn't like a H-1B sponsorship thing either.
No, no.
Okay, got it. So look, like kind of very similar to Ed, the very simple solution I think you have is one, go for a TPM role, right? Which means you probably have to upskill in the technical stuff because I already heard it in your voice of like, I know ERP, but I don't really know cloud that well. I have a certificate. So we have to upskill your technical. We have to upskill your product management and we have to upskill your soft skills. That part's easy. That takes 1 to 4 months, right? That's just you putting in the work. And then we go to a TPM role that's willing to pay you a lot more. And if you can get equity, even better. Similar to what I was telling Ed, you get equity, that equity grows and it starts to feel like 250, 300, 350 by the time the equity vests. Does that make sense?
So yeah, that is one option. But you suggest like rather than going to leadership, stay a little bit technical and play TPM role.
So when you say leadership, do you have specific titles in mind? Because it depends which ones
Well,
you might qualify for.
I was until now. I was thinking because I'm driving more strategic transformation in the company, right, to business help. But so that leads me to thinking like I could be strategic director or
Sure.
data analytics director,
Hmm.
kind of those kind of
Yeah.
roles. But,
So there's trade-offs. So I'll give you an example. If you say, hey, I want to be CTO, right? Just as an example, you can join a startup or smaller company as CTO, right? And you can get that title. The startup might not have the money to pay you 300, 400 grand.
Mhm.
You're probably not going to become CTO at Amazon, but you could become a TPM or a senior TPM or a principal TPM, right? Whatever the title is, and
Mhm.
get 250, 350, et cetera, right? And then the stock grows and becomes more. So you have to ask yourself, like, do you care more about the title or about the money? All right, that's the first question. Because when you say the term, I want a leadership role, it's like, cool, well, a senior TPM is a leadership role. It's just a leadership for that org, not the entire umbrella of Amazon. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like you have to define what leadership means because like you can be a engineering manager or like I said, a technical program manager, a senior TPM. That's a leadership role. You're going to have direct reports you lead. You're going to have projects you lead, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're so fixated on the title and you're like, I want to be director of data, I want to be a CTO, et cetera, it's like, cool. Just know it's probably not going to be at Amazon, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do.
Does that sound like something like what? Let me ask you: do you care more about the money or about the title at this stage?
At this stage, actually, do care for both. But what is your suggestion? Like, TPM is easy to get in compared to director or those kind of leadership role where you don't have to go too much go towards.
So my suggestion is to remain open-minded to all of them, but understand the trade-offs. So I'll give you an example because we've helped a lot of people just like you. So I'll draw out the roadmap. Let's say you come in and you do your plan, right? So you do your plan and it's like you learn all the technical stuff, the AWS, the program management, the soft skills, et cetera, right? You do this for 1 to 4 months. Then it's like, okay, it's time to start applying, right? It could be 4 months down the road, 5 months down the road, whatever, right? Then it's like, cool. I still am open to a lot of things. It's like, cool. Let's do 33% to senior TPM roles, 33% to high level roles, CTO, director of data, et cetera, for startups. And then let's do 33% to somewhere in the middle where it's like, okay, it's not a startup, it's a mid sized company. They have a leadership role and they're able to pay me well, but they're just not able to pay me as much as this company over here. So you can do 33%, 33%, 33%. This one will give you the status, but not the money. This will give you the money, but not the status. This one will give you a little bit of both. So the reason I frame it this way is because you don't have to know now. You can decide as you go through your learning phase. But the problem is there is no right answer. It's just they all have trade-offs and you have to decide which one you want to do. Or you can just spread your bet, apply 33% to each one, and then you decide this package looks the best. This company I want to work with. This company has the mission I value, right? Whatever your personal decision is. Does that make sense?
True, but then how much time that I have to spend on that creating foundation and then applying and
From the education piece, like this piece?
yeah, getting ready for the basically.
The education piece, probably 1 to 3 months. How many hours a week are you planning to put into this, into the program?
I'm available. How many hours typically you think required? Because
With your background, if you do about 10 hours, you should be able to finish in like 90 days, 120 days.
yeah, I can definitely put 10 hours a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the fact that you spread out like this doesn't mean your education portion expands. It just means we construct the plan so that you do it efficiently with this in mind. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly, Ed. It's like he loves management. He probably doesn't want to be the coder, right? He's probably not trying to code 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
So it totally
or
makes
have to
sense.
spend a massive amount of time being up to the same level as his technical leads. He needs those direct
Yes,
reports to be
exactly.
his SMEs. so that he can say, okay, well then this is how we should lay it out so we can achieve that goal. These are the
Exactly.
priorities, and I'm going to reshape the budget so that we can head for those
Exactly.
priorities.
Exactly. By
Achieve
the way,
them.
Nimesh, to Ed's point, when I say learn the technical stuff, I don't mean at the same scale of an
Yeah.
engineer.
Right.
Like an engineer will have
Right.
to learn at a 10 out of 10 scale. You can learn at a 4 out of 5, 10 scale. Like it'll be a
Ah,
lot faster education journey.
that's
Need to
what
be
that's
conversant.
actually what my interpretation was too. But I
Cool.
mean, I would
Perfect.
not go for definitely the third option, like small companies and startup
This option
companies.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not looking to work after 10 years. So I don't want to
Yeah.
put my money, I mean, efforts in a startup company and then.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
That
so I
was
have,
just if you needed to get a title attached, then you needed to be a big fish in a small pond. But if you're not looking for that title, that exact title, if you're, he's saying
I'll,
you could go into a big company, you can get the compensation and have the content.
yeah,
Nimesh, I'll tell you how I think of these decisions. It might be helpful, might not be, but I look at it as an investor. So I'd rather go get the company that pays me 300 grand or whatever, right? Because
mhm.
then as time goes on, I can always look for that other company in the middle, but at least in the meantime, I have money flowing into my pocket. And
Money is
so
important.
I'm using time as an advantage, and then I can always be on the lookout for this thing over here. Because
True.
again, you're not going to get a CTO role at Amazon, right? Like, so I might as well go extract the cash as much as I can, and then focus on this thing over here.
Correct. Yeah, yeah,
That's how I would think of it.
yeah. I mean, I can get out of this industry and do some other thing that for fun. I'm retired, anytime when I have enough money. I'm
Yeah.
not much looking for to work too hard now.
Exactly. Exactly. Now we got to get you paid. You've put in your 15 years. Now it's time to actually take advantage of that and leverage it.
Hmm.
Hey, what ERP systems did you work or have you
SAP,
worked?
mostly I'm SAP shop guy.
Okay,
So SAP ERP is the mostly I work on.
Nice.
just curious.
Cool. Cool. Um, awesome. Well, any other questions, gentlemen? I know it's Saturday. I know we gotta do our own stuff, families and stuff. But any other questions, guys?
Uh, I'd like to ask one, but it's a little uncomfortable. And so
Ah,
there we
dude,
go.
you'd be surprised how uncomfortable these get sometimes.
So one of the things, I mean, I would consider myself genuinely potentially interested, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Potentially even at the diamond level, right? But
Sure.
um, there is the natural skeptic inside of me that says, okay, wow, pay this much, and there's a in my particular case, I've been told it would be the job guarantee as opposed to the interviews guarantee at X level. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, companies like this could hire a really good lawyer, and I just don't know what the weasel word language in other words, at its face value, and let's assume good faith on my part, and then I'm putting in like I'm fully committed. I'm doing exactly what the program requires of me, and that I'm intelligent. All of those things. There's just that nagging little fear of like, oh, throw this money and also then say, well, we said we guarantee, but here are some things that disqualified you from that guarantee. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that?
So the guarantee um, is conditional,
Fictional, yes.
but the big point of the guarantee is really to avoid the how do you say it? Like the extreme cases of like someone comes in, they don't do anything, and then 10 months down the line, they're like, "Can I get the money back?"
Exactly. Right. Because then you're
Literally,
just come there just wasting everybody's time and you got to
right.
throw all the cash back at them. Yeah.
Right. And it wastes
Yeah.
our resources. We've paid for
Right.
resources. It's like, dude,
Right.
we have had maybe two people ask for a refund in the last year. And that's because they genuinely did everything and we couldn't help them with the job. And by the way, the people, this is why I asked this question, Amesh, it was actually H-1B folks. So it is harder for visa folks right now. So that is something we have learned.
There's some blocks.
Otherwise, it doesn't really happen. Now, with that said, if it does happen, I'll be completely honest, Ed. Like we'll either give you the money back or we'll say, hey, like we're close. Like, do you want to keep going?
And we keep going. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
because the thing
Right.
is, like at the end of the day, if you've put in that effort, I'm assuming you rather just like us apply to 1,000 more jobs, get you the job, and then get you where you
No,
want to go, as
exactly.
opposed to get the money back. Um,
That's a bigger win. That's
yes.
a far bigger win. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really about
Hey,
working together. And I think that, I think if you worked with me every month and you also worked with the team and you just gained all that extra knowledge, you'll be like, okay, I got value anyways. And then we'll
yeah.
go and keep doing what we got to do until you get your job.
Well, and I have the luxury of so 6 months ago, the insurance company wrapped up its business. It was a French company. They didn't want U.S. exposure. I saw it coming a long way. I mean, I knew it. I knew it because I was the data guy. I was gonna after we spun off all of our policies, spun them down, then I have to hand that off to a third party agency to manage the claims for 20 years. But anyway, so I knew I'd be the last guy walking out the door. But for staying, they gave me a year of severance. So I'm 6 months into it. My mind is decompressed. I am in the point I'm trying to get at is I'm in a unique position of, yeah, this can be my 40-hour a week job. So I am committed to it. And I am also equally committed to closing the deal.
So you're
Yeah.
currently unemployed, is what you're
Yes.
saying?
Right.
What, if I can ask you real quick from a tech
Sure.
perspective, like
Sure.
0 out of 10, where are you on SQL?
Oh, SQL 100. Seriously,
What about
that is the
Python?
one that Python 80. No, 70. We'll say 70.
Data modeling?
Data modeling 100. I mean, I'm going at
AWS?
100%. AWS, I've been working exclusively on, but since maybe I didn't touch SageMaker, maybe I didn't touch that, I'm gonna still put
Call it a
myself in the
six,
six,
maybe.
seven.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
System
Right.
design?
Yeah, I mean 80, right? But not high scale. So maybe I'm more like 6, 7 if I'm looking in a six,
You
seven. No,
can
I'm
do
just gonna
projects with us with big data and then you'll get the
yeah,
scale.
exactly,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
easy.
Right. Right.
Behavioral questions, that has to be worked on.
Right.
Gen AI,
Just starting out in it. I'm
you'll
reading
you'll
about
get access to our stuff. It's
Tensor and
really
Pi.
good. Our
Yeah.
instructors are people who've built like billion-dollar systems for companies, like AI
Okay.
systems. You'll love our
Fantastic.
stuff. But my whole point in doing this is that like if
Yeah.
you're telling me you work 40 hours a week and you're
Yeah.
already a six and above in everything, you
Dude,
can
let's
literally
shoot for the
finish this
moon.
education portion in
Yeah.
like less than
2
60
months.
days. I'm not
Yeah,
even kidding you.
exactly. No, no,
And
no.
then we
It's
just scale
exactly
your
my target.
application. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm in
I
the
wish I
sweet
could show
spot.
you a crystal ball because I'm just like, Ed, this would be the fastest win for us. And
Yeah.
selfishly, I'm like, great, we get a nice testimonial. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah. Nick is sitting there saying, I don't want to give away the house here, but I mean, you're like who we kind of would love to see
yeah, exactly,
because
exactly,
you've got the base skills. All we got to do
exactly.
is fill in a little here and a little there, and
And
then
obviously
you're saleable.
obviously I'm not happy you're unemployed, but selfishly I'm
Oh,
like, holy crap, he would run through this thing like
oh yeah, yeah.
that. I'll tell you one more thing, not to sell you too much, but like I'll tell you one
Sure,
more
sure.
thing. You know what the interesting thing about, have you ever made an investment like this in yourself?
No, not of this scale. I'd say
Have you ever bought a book and
sub
never read
10K.
it?
Yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But if that book costs $50,000, you think you show up?
I would definitely read that book.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've invested like
Yeah,
$1 million in my own education for my business.
yeah,
Not even like if you know Hermosi
yeah.
or like I've invested money in
Right,
those,
right.
like, dude, there is a magic. The moment you put money into something, you will pay
You're
attention to it
committed.
because
Yeah,
you're the one that has to go make the ROI. And you'll see the
yeah.
ROI in a year. That's the beautiful part about where your current
Yeah,
compensation is.
because then you got real skin in the game. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I can't flop on this. I have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And I used to think it was bullshit when I used to hear from other people selling courses or something. But after going through it, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a forcing mechanism.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. And honestly, talking with Nick, I'm like, it's pretty clear to me that part of what has to happen here is there's two things that I think that you guys offer uniquely to me that I don't have. One is I need a different mindset. And you guys have been in the biz. You've seen what jobs are out there. You've seen what people are capable of making. And I haven't seen that for myself up close. And the second
And by the
piece,
way, again, like
yeah,
go to levels.fyi. Like I don't want you to take
yes.
our word
No,
for
no,
this. I
no, don't
want you
take
to
their
like,
word, but yeah, look at it.
yeah,
Yeah,
go to Blind.
yeah,
There's a forum called Blind where like a bunch of tech professionals are, and literally
yeah,
it's the funniest and most toxic place because they're just like I'm so upset. I just got an offer and I'm only making 420 and I have like 5 years into the industry. I'm like, you guys are fucking toxic as shit. But it gives you the insight as
yeah,
to like there's this whole world over here of
yeah.
like trust me, there's still a ton of like it's tech. Like if tech's not
It's
growing,
funny.
I don't know what's growing.
You're literally saying the second point, which is I said, and the network. I said, so I mean, first of it is like the mindset change. The second piece is I'm just, I'm not dipped in Silicon Valley or dipped in this industry, and you guys have been, and so this is going to either, through the application process, whatever, but also then like just what you just said, like these are places you should be looking and, and understanding and connecting. So the network is also sort of the high value.
Well, I
It
think
will
it's the
change.
mindset as well.
It
Even more.
is. It's both.
So I'll give you an example like or a quote that I really like from a business standpoint, which is like beliefs have consequences. Like if you don't believe
Hmm.
something can happen, you're never going to go for it. And so
Yeah.
like it is why most people struggle to start a business, for example, because they're just like, there's no way that could be me. And it's like,
Too big of a
no,
risk. I don't
it
think I'd
can.
succeed, so I won't.
Right. You have to work your ass off. But the nice thing about
Yeah,
you, again, it seems like you've already done that for the last 15 years. So we can leverage that.
exactly.
Make
All
sense?
right. Yeah, it does. I appreciate the answer.
Cool, cool. Nimesh, anything else, buddy?
No, I think I'm good.
Cool, cool. I'll let you guys go. Happy
Yeah.
Saturday. Go talk to your people. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. So you just watched the video, the Ask Me Anything session with our prospects, and hopefully you got some more clarity as to your own career. But again, if you found that super valuable and you potentially want to ask me questions, go ahead. There's a link somewhere in the description where you can book a call and either talk to my team or myself in one of these chats, which you will be receiving emails for how you can join the Ask Me Anything session. So click a link on the link. Click the link in the description below and subscribe, follow, like, do all that stuff. And thank you for joining. Bye.